as an all-round package, it's AJ for me.
What, the look package, or just
who do you think's the best in my division? Let me ask you that.
Oh, my phone's ringing. Hello.
No. Who is the
girls, Katie and Sham at Boxing and Balance once again, and this evening we are joined by WBA International Light Heavyweight Craig Richards.
Come on.
Big up you.
Craig, welcome. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me on again.
Can we just also big up Peter Sims? I call you the dream team.
Come on. Yes. Couldn't get a better trainer or a manager or a man by my side.
Exactly. But Craig, I was preying your Instagram and you put up your new belt that you picked up from Matchroom.
Yes. I just want to pick up the silverware.
How does it look? Fresh?
Pretty. Can you see it in the background there?
Oh, yes.
Oh, is that in your cabinet there?
I saw a picture with you on Instagram. You need to print that and frame that pipicture. 2 6.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
And Shamara, finally, we get to see his belts. Well, just a little bit.
I know he forgot them last time, so I can see it.
This is what I'm saying. That's why I made sure I had them in the visuals this time. Look at them.
They look beautiful, Craig. But listen, look, congratulations on your recent win against Marek Matia. What did this particular win mean for you coming off the loss against Dmitry Bivol?
It meant everything, because it kind of gave me a benchmark, not just to me, but to the public and also to my team where I'm at. So we picked a fighter who's above British level. Obviously, I was a British champion. If I'm moving on from the British title, it has to be, if I believe I'm above that, I've got to pick an opponent above that. This guy, he was fighting for a final eliminator for a world title the week before he was scheduled to fight me on the 23rd. He had come off that to fight me. We knew he had ambitions, 24 fights. 2 of the losses were split decision, which was arguable. One was a rematch that everyone thought he beat the guy, but got a draw, which the guy was 15-0, 12 KOs. So we knew, and he walked the guy down. So we knew he was tough. We knew he was solid, and we knew he had high ambitions. 24 fights, never been hurt, never been down, never been dropped, been in with big punches. And he's dispatched of good names, good knockout percentage. So I knew it was a good test. I knew he wasn't a Bivol, a bit below, I would say, and well above British. So I thought if I have a stake out of him, it kind of shows that I'm fringe world level towards European. If I lost to him, I'm British level. And if I could beat him in ecstatic style, then I'm world level. And that's what it meant. It kind of gauged where I was at with my boxing.
And that's exactly what it proved. You proved and, shown what you was capable of. So congratulations again.
Thank you again.
So Craig, as Katie said, obviously, you were coming off a loss before coming into this fight. So, what was your kind of game plan? What was your thinking and your tactics going into this fight?
Well, it wouldn't really relate in terms of too much to do with the other fight. Complete different fighter, complete different style. Mm-hmm. But the one thing I could take from it is just trusting in my training and my abilities there. Mm-hmm. People talk about going for the gears more on the Bivol fight. Yeah, times I looked at it and said, I could have went for the gears. I could have stepped up a round earlier, probably would have stopped him. 1 round down on the scorecards, half a round down on the other judges. I won it by 1 more round on 2 of the judges' scorecards. I would have been world champion right now. So I thought about it. I could have stepped through the gears a bit earlier, but at the same time, Bivol was a very dangerous operator. And if you step through too early, you get caught with something, But I did think, just let your hands go more and just trust in your ability and your fitness. And I felt like I went through the motions this fight. Boxed. Obviously, he's a very tough guy and he'd have liked to draw me into a fight. So I didn't play until he came. I boxed. Used my skills, hurt him. And obviously, when I hurt him, I let him go on him and got him out of there. And I just trusted that in my punch power and my ability and my fitness.
Certainly paid off.
Exactly. So let's touch back on Dmitry Bivol. I'm sure you've spoken about this 100 times, but obviously we're here to speak about it again. So listen, credit to you, as you know, you fought a tough opponent. I did watch the fight back, and at times I would say he was a little bit apprehensive and held back quite a bit. But what was the feeling in the camp after that defeat? And importantly, what do you think you improved on?
As I said, it was just maybe like you say, like I could have gone through the gears a bit more, but at the same time, what people don't understand about boxing is when you're in there with a high operator, a lot of it's not what you can see. It's the mental game. Mm-hmm. So we was playing a lot of thinking in there, and that's why you heard him say afterwards that I've got a very high IQ and I'm very clever, because we was playing chess in there a lot, trying to set traps for each other and pick opening and holes. And I wasn't allowing him to go do what he wanted to do. And at times he wasn't allowing me, which I'm not used to. I'm usually the fox, you know, I'm very good at chess. So I always outsmart them, but he was up there as well, and very clever as well. So it was a chess mate. So sometimes people are not seeing the punches flowing. They don't understand the movements, the setups and whatnot was going on in there. So it's easy for me to say just should have let my hands go a bit more, which I could have probably let them go a bit more, especially in the later rounds when I realised I was pressing onto him. I could have at that point let my hands go a bit more, but early it was hard to call. He's a sharpshooter, he was fit, he was fresh early, so it would have been difficult. We'd end up in a bit of a slugfest if I'd done it earlier on. So yeah, so it's a tricky one to gauge, really. It's a tricky one to gauge.
Yeah, definitely.
I get you. So you're standing at number 3 now in the WBA rankings behind Joshua Buatsi and Dominic Bosel. Where do you see yourself going from here? Is there a possibility of a fight with one of those guys, on your way back to try and get the WBA world title again?
It kind of all depends on what my team wants and what plans they've got for me. There's different routes we can go. Obviously, the European champion, I know he's with Matchroom. He's a possibility. You got Dominic Bosel, as you just said, number 1. He's the IBO champion. I'm not sure the WBA regular is still around. I know that the IBO champion was also the WBA interim. I think they got rid of the interims. I don't know if he moves up to regular. I don't know. They take belts and push belts all the time. So they're possible options. There's a few options there at that level that I can obviously exploit and move towards. Mm-hmm. So it kind of all just depends on, like, obviously Pete makes the final decisions. He's my manager. Yeah. Obviously Eddie's my promoter, so obviously he'll have a bit of a say in it as well. So it kind of depends on what they would like from me, and then I just get in there and I do the work. So it's more my team's decision.
Yeah.
Okay. And make sure you keep us posted as well once we
hear about
your next fight.
Don't forget about us.
I never do.
No shade again.
A little bit of shade there. I'll let it slide.
All right, look, you're dominating the light heavyweight division. Ultimately, what's your goal? What's next?
Look, my goal is I'm not being shy in saying this. I want to be world champion. I want all the belts eventually. That's what my aim is. I didn't come into the game to become Southern Area champion or British champion. I come here to be world champion and make a legacy and make my name in the sport. I've done things the traditional way. I've won the Southern Area, won the WBA Continental, won the British title, won the WBA International title, come up short for the world, and I'm trying to get back for the world. And that's kind of the last 2 belts in boxing left for me to win would be the European world. I've kind of achieved everything else in the sport. So, and I've got a long way left in my career left to go. So it would be stupid for me not to feel like I can reach the pinnacle of the sport when I've come this far, this fast, with so much left to go and so much little left to achieve in my weight. So yeah, the ultimate is to get them world titles.
And that you will.
You will, Craig.
Speak it into existence.
It will happen. Well, for sure.
Before we let you go, I'm sure the world was watching the Canelo Plant undisputed fight. What did you make of it?
Tremendous fight, good fight. Plant was doing well. It was kind of nicking some rounds. Obviously, it wasn't much intention in these punches, but enough to score some rounds and win some rounds. Canelo bided his time. He knew he wasn't here to win on points. He come for a stoppage, and that's what he did when he hit him, and he took that opportunity. When he hit him, he took the opportunity. At world class operators, once you get them hurt, you got to finish them, and that's what he did. And it was a very good finish. You got to give him credit. He's undisputed, like at super middleweight now. He's won belts at middle, light middle, etc. won at light heavyweight, and there's talks of him now going to cruiserweight. So yeah, hats off to him, man. Credit. He's good to the sport. He's a good operator. I watch him. I stay up late at night and watch him. So he must be good.
And what do you think as well about Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte? Obviously, they're going to order the fight.
Yeah, it's a shame they didn't order it on Tuesday when they were due to order it. Obviously, I know that they've obviously gone through something with Otte Wallin, trying to obviously get him to mandate them as a final eliminator since they were scheduled to fight. So obviously, I know Dillian's obviously going through all of that. Why the WBC, until that case is closed, can't order any mandatories until obviously that thing's been done. And then they can fight. But we're just looking forward to move forward. Who cares about Otte Wallin? Sorry, Otte Wallin, no disrespect. No one really cares. But everyone just wants to see Dillian Whyte first. Tyson Fury now. Let AJ fight Usyk again, the rematch, and then the winners get on. That's what we want to see, as not just in the boxing world, but as fight fans. We want to see that. Dillian, Tyson, AJ, Usyk, winners fight each other, and that's it.
For sure. One more quick. Wilder.
Don't worry, you got my time. I've set my time aside for this.
Oh, thank you. What do you think about Wilder as well? Obviously, he lost his fight against Tyson Fury. Where do you think he goes?
Well, he put up a tremendous performance. Everyone wants to criticize him, but he put up a tremendous performance. He put everything on the line. His heart was on the line. He got stopped with emptying everything on the everything out the tank. But you can't fault a man who puts his heart out there and puts blood, sweat, and tears into that performance. So I don't think he's done. I feel like it would be nice to see him fight. I think it will be an interesting fight. It will be like him and Andy Ruiz will be a good fight. One works very well on the inside, great operator, when one don't work so well on the inside. And one is a one-punch artist from the outside, and one don't work well long. So whoever can implicate their game plan, obviously will probably win the fight. So I think it'll be a very interesting clash of styles. So I'd love to see that fight maybe.
Amazing. Well, it's nice to hear your opinions.
Come on, what's you lot's opinions? What's your opinion on it? What's your opinion on Wilder? Where do you think he goes?
I don't think he's done. Everyone was saying, obviously he needs to just quit, retire, whatever. I think there's enough opponents in the heavyweight division for him to fight. To me personally, his record, he's fought journeymen. He's only really truly fought heavyweights such as Ortiz and now Tyson Fury, Dominic Brazil, I don't know. But I think there's enough.
What about Stavern? How do you rank Stavern?
Do you rank him high?
No, I personally don't rank him high. I just want to know how you rank Stavern.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
He does have a recognizable name, but he's not. Yeah, but I don't feel that his resume is anything to be admired. To be honest.
Not at all.
Also, who do you guys think is the best heavyweight?
I mean, Tyson Fury has the better IQ. I'd say that, right? Mm-hmm. The best
wise though, and I don't know. The thing with Tyson Fury is he's got a great IQ. He's got great defensive skill, but power wise, I don't think he is the strongest in the division. I would be more likely to go towards AJ for strength, or even Wilder for strength. He's probably got the strongest right hand in the division for me personally, in terms of devastating knockouts.
So who would you say your number one? Who's your favorite?
Like a mixture of all three.
I know, blend them all together and make.
If you had to pick one favorite, who would be yours? Not necessarily who's the best. Who's your favorite?
In terms of entertainment,
Tyson Fury is entertaining for me personally.
AJ he's a bit more entertaining for me personally.
Yeah, I don't
your
find
Fury or AJ.
I would have said he was number one for me, AJ. But in all honesty, after I saw after I saw AJ against Usyk, I was thinking there's a lot more that he needs to work on.
Obviously, but in terms of entertainment,
my number one. Entertainment, I would say it has to be Tyson Fury. That's my number one.
Okay.
What is entertainment, inside or outside the ring?
Both.
In and out.
Both.
Okay.
I find him entertaining in the ring because he does the little hands behind
Little
the shoulder,
showboating,
the
yeah.
back, showboating.
Little feint.
does all that.
Fair enough. Well, it's good to hear your feedback on that. So you're a Fury, you're AJ. Oh no, you're Fury as well now. Two Furies.
No, I love Fury, but as an all-round package, it's AJ for me.
What,
AJ
the look package, or just
Who's your look package?
if
No
talking
comment.
about the look package, backtrack. But nice for me.
Okay, fair enough.
Who's number one for you?
You tried to flip it on me. No, they, as you say, they all possess their own qualities, you know.
Yeah.
AJ is a good combination for look, at the end of the day, it's hard to judge AJ just based on his last performance, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
If we judge them all on the basis throughout their career, they bring different things to the table. AJ is a fast, explosive combination puncher, and when he's at his best, he's very hard to beat. Wilder with that one punch right hand is dangerous. And Fury is a hard night's work for anyone. He's tricky, he'll mess you around, good feints, he's a big guy. With a big guy that's leaning and lumping on you, it's going to tire you out. He knows what he's doing in there. So depends on their nights, all three of them, really. Like, all three of them, it's whoever turns up. Yeah, whoever turns up. You know, you've seen Fury box well, Wallen didn't box that well. You've seen them all have off nights, and you've all seen them have tremendous nights. So until they fight each other, styles make fights.
I think it depends on what you look for in a boxer as well, because different people like different things. Do you know what I mean? Some people like the pressure fighters. You know, so they would more like someone like Wilder or AJ necessarily, you know, because Fury is a bit more, I'll keep out your way and be awkward. Do you know what I mean? He's more that type of boxer. So
very much awkward, yeah.
It's kind of like when you hear, sorry, am I still here? Yeah. It's kind of like when you hear like people talk about, say for instance, my division, they mention the best fighters in the country or whatever. When you hear so much different opinions, most of it isn't by the resume. It's just like he likes his style, or he might like his style. So a lot of boxing just opinionated. Oh, I like the way he stops people. I like the way he puts his hands together. And it's like every division. When you look at the lightweight divisions, the Javontes and all of that, it's the same. It's all just opinionated of styles, I think.
Who do you think's the best in your division?
Me.
How can you ask that question, Katie? That's crazy.
I just wanted to.
You told us last time he's the best.
You the last time. And you said,
who do you think's the best in my division? Let me ask you that.
Oh, my phone's ringing. Hello?
No. Who is the best in my division?
Craig, you can't put me on the spot like that, because
I'm putting you on the spot. All right, let me ask you one other question then.
Craig, you're one of my favorites. Put it that way.
Let me ask you one question then. Who's got a better CV than I have?
We went through this the last time.
You asked us this last time.
And what did you say?
We said we couldn't think of it.
You had a very competitive CV.
And Buatsi's fight got cancelled as well. Look at me throwing in extra stuff.
I know, I see that.
So annoying. Okay, well, let's wrap this up. Craig, would you like to give your social media and big up your sponsors and big up Peter Sims and your team?
Obviously, always big up Peter Sims. Big up my sponsors, Everlast, Sports Direct. Obviously, Lewis has been riding out with me for ages. They're great, tremendous. You know, they've been on board for me at the beginning of the journey. Me, Art, Sean, Print Town, the meal team. You lot see me post the meal team all the time. The food is tremendous. Elite Fleet, tremendous sponsor. You know, Harlow, Auto Cares. These guys are really looking after me on a day-to-day, and I've got to big them up. And big up, most importantly, the supporters, the fans that come out and support me day in and day out, not just at the shows, but on socials and whatever. So big up everyone who's been part of my team, my journey, and follow it. It's going to continue strong.
Craig,
and big up you guys for giving me the time and the platforms as well. Shout out
thank you for coming on.
Exactly.
No worries.
Best of luck for your future fights, guys. Don't forget, we're Canadian Sham at Boxing and Bants, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And don't forget to follow me on socials as well, Craig Richards. I think that's my socials anyway.
See that already.
Oh, my bad.